Hey, rail fans and model railroaders. Welcome back to our second installment of the track laying series on getting back on track with Steve. So today, being as we've been laying the track plan down to our foam base on that last episode, I thought what we could do today is start fitting up some of the areas to see how well the track is going to fit before we start gluing down our cork roadbed. I surely don't want to be wasting the materials and making mistakes. And being as this is my first time laying any kind of track, it's probably a good idea to fit it up and try to keep from making mistakes. That's inevitable, I think. So with that being said, let's get this work done. Let's go on over to our layout and let's test fit some of these switches on the upper level leading up to our swing bridge. So here I made the first mistake of the day. I started out by marking out and figuring out exactly where I needed these two lines to be running between the inner and outer track. And I got down to the end after marking them out with the pencil and realizing that the camera was not running. It took a photograph. So I started over by rechecking my measurements and then coming back and positioning and marking it with a Sharpie to get good black lines. So then once marked, I positioned the inner turnout and connected the outer turnout. And then using pieces of track, I set up the next crossover section using the lines on the decking. I could easily position them in the correct area to get my spacing right. And it seemed to work out pretty good. The idea of fitting for spacing was really a good choice. So I needed to try various spacings to account for the support underneath. I hadn't considered where I would need to put the tortoise machines to operate the switches, and I didn't think about the 2x4s underneath the decking. So what I found when I first laid them out was I put them right where exactly the support was at. So I ended up trying several different spacings. I tried from 15 inches all the way out to 24 inches and 30-something inches. But I found that a 24-inch spacing seemed to work about the best. And it was also a good opportunity to try the positioning of some of the curves because I want to be able to put buildings up against the backdrop as we go across the back on the upper side. So here you can see about a 15-inch going into the curve here. It's got a short spacing for those two turnouts, but I think longer it's going to operate more reliable. So again, the shorter spacing. And here's the longer spacing, which I think is best. Well, there you go. We went over there, we were able to lay some stuff down to figure out the fit on this, and I think we got a pretty good plan going forward. So as you see, I tried some different distances between the two turnouts. The idea of this, I want to be able to go from the inside track on that upper level to the outside track, but I also want to be able to go from the outside track to the inside track. And I'm just not positive how far apart these turnouts need to be for them to operate reliably. So I think we'll find out in the future, but I think, we got a pretty good idea. So we're gonna continue to put our track plan to the baseboard. We're gonna continue to test fit things. And pretty soon here, I think we're in a position where I can start laying some cork roadbed and then we can get after some track. But in the meantime, be patient with us. If you have any ideas on how we can do a better job laying track, or if you see something that we're not doing that we should be doing, please leave us some comments. We're trying to learn how to do this, and we think our viewers probably could pass on some good information. So in the meantime, make sure you hit the like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified next time that we release the video. And we'll see you next week again on Getting Back on Track with Steve. See you guys.